What's up guys, Spotter here. Let's play the how many videos can we spam from a single image game? Just kidding, but seriously, I want to talk about that image again that Treyarch tweeted yesterday. Remember the one I got really excited about in that video yesterday? Yes, San Diego, July 9th is presumably when we'll see more information about Black Ops 3 Zombies from Treyarch. And that happens to coincide with the San Diego Comic-Con. Makes sense. But let's take a closer look at the picture, all right? Let's see if we can get any further information about Black Ops 3 Zombies, perhaps. I feel like, this is transit all over again, though. Trying to determine why that stupid robot of a freaking bus driver kept quoting historical locations. Remember that? Just so we can spend weeks researching all of them? God, I did, totally. All right, so let's look at near the bottom left of the image and check out the date. October 2nd, 1962. All right, looking up today in history, thank God for Google and Wikipedia, for the 2nd of October, 62, and we find U.S. performs atmospheric nuclear test at Johnston Island. Trust me, nothing else really of any significance happened on this date, other than the death of Boris Bukrev. If you guys are in mathematics, you might know this guy. He's a Russian mathematician, and amazingly, this guy lived to the ripe age of 103. Imagine if he'd lived until 115. Oh my God, that would have just blown my mind. Can you imagine me having my mind blown 2 days in a row? No, that would be like worlds colliding. Okay, so what's the deal with Johnston Island, or Johnston Atoll as it's primarily known? Well, between 58 and 75, Johnston Atoll area was used as an American nuclear national test site for atmospheric and high-altitude nuclear explosions. In around 62, tests were conducted under the highly secretive Operations Fishbowl and Dominic. Who the hell names these things? I don't know, it's to throw other people off. It's like, oh, look, Operation Fishbowl. What the hell is that? I don't really care about that. In July 62, okay, in July 62, scientists on the island launched a Thor missile. Hello, Marvel, did you pay Marvel rights to use their name? I don't know. They launched this Thor missile, and it had attached this bluegill device. Don't ask me. I mean, you guys can look this up. I'll put links in the description for you for all this information on Wikipedia, all right? This bluegill device called Bluegill Prime. What is this? Transformers now. Due to a sticking valve, the missile malfunctioned after ignition before leaving the launch pad. And they had safety mechanisms in place. So this range safety officer would decide, hey, the missile's, misfiring, or it's not doing what it should be doing, or we lost track of it. We got to destroy it. So he destroyed the warhead, the nuclear warhead. Now, it doesn't mean the nuclear warhead goes off. It just means it's destroyed and it's contained, right? By radio command while the missile was still on the pad. So it obliterated the launch pad, extensive damage everywhere, chemical radioactive contamination, not because the warhead went off, but just because leaks and stuff like that. And they stopped testing. So nothing else happened testing-wise on that island until, get this, October 2nd, 1962. So, right, July until October, nothing. And then on our date, something else happened. So the test that occurred on October 2nd, 1962 was called the Androscoggin. It had an expected yield of 75 kilotons. However, the test failed and is described as a fizzle, occurring when the testing of a nuclear bomb grossly fails to meet its expected yield. They actually repeated the test of the Androscoggin. They called it something else, and they successfully conducted the test on October 30th, 1962. Okay, Spider, very interesting stuff. But what else? What else you got? Well, if we look at the bottom of the image, we can nearly make out the letters and numbers SRV 125. Now, I know this is a stretch, but bear with me. Googling SRV 125 and our top matches are for a starter relay valve produced by Ingersoll Rand. I mean, it probably doesn't mean much, but does it reference the failed bluegill test due to a sticking valve? We also have the obvious reference to Group 935 in the top right corner, the scientific research group involved with the creation of most of the Wonder Weapon experiments. Their main facility, codenamed Doris. Top left, we have a skull and possibly a remnant of an element 115 meteorite. To the very left, we have some sort of schematic image of who knows what the hell it is. I even went to Twitter with this, and we had a lot of guesses, but we really couldn't make much sense of it, okay? So let's take a look at the most obvious thing, the image nearly in the middle. It's the image of the zombies, which are clearly from Mob of the Dead. But what does that mean? Are we going back to Alcatraz Island? Are our characters in Black Ops 3 going to be the same from Mob of the Dead? I don't think so. I mean, you know, Mob of the Dead was an amazing map. I mean, it was fantastic. It had a great storyline. It was very interesting, but it was pretty clear cut. I mean, it told a great story. It had a beginning, it had an end, and that's it. I really don't see them continuing with those characters. I mean, didn't they all really in real life die anyway, or the cycle continues, or the cycle ends? Okay, so if that's not the case, then why the obvious reference? I mean, perhaps it's to link the timeline. I mean, Alcatraz was in operation as a penitentiary from 1934 until 1963. Not much of real significance occurred at Alcatraz in 62, except there are 3 inmates that carried out one of the most intricate escapes ever devised. Now, I can't recall if we actually pinpointed the exact timeline from Mob of the Dead, but it could have been 1962, possibly. Well, what else was happening in COD Zombies during 62? Well, according to the internet, which is usually 72.35% correct 67.45% of the time, between October 16th and November 19th, 1962, the events of Kino der Toten, as well as Ascension, occurred, and the Pentagon was invaded by zombies on 5, so there's that. If we go back to the original tweet from Treyarch that included the image, they also posted the text, "It's time to start writing the next chapter, ... We don't have much of a storyline beyond 1962 until the events approximately of Black Ops 2 Zombies, which include Transit, Nuketown, Die Rise, Buried. We also don't have, as far as I know, maybe people have pinpointed a specific timeline for Moon, but we're going to be assuming that for Black Ops 3, the Earth has not been destroyed. And I think there have been linkages between Nuketown and Moon. People were on Twitter were suggesting timelines of the 1950s and 60s, but I don't know. And other people are, you know, beyond 2000, 2020, 2025. I'm not sure. I can't really say for certain. At any rate, the next chapter could indicate that we're carrying on a storyline in Black Ops 3 Zombies following the events of 1962 at Alcatraz, Kino, Ascension, meaning, could it be that we'll once again be playing as Dempsey, Takio, Nikolai Richtofen? Or will we be introduced to new characters while continuing the storyline arc from the originals? I don't know. I'm thinking possibly that latter. Either way, it doesn't seem like we're going to be going back to the characters from Black Ops 2. Misty, Marlton, Samuel, Rustman. I don't really want to go back to those guys, but you know, their timeline is a little bit further ahead, is it not? I mean, hell, Transit had a robotic bus driver. That certainly isn't 1960. I mean, although, you know, Origins, we had these big, gigantic walking robots that were, you know, 10 stories tall. So, you never know. It's Call of Duty Zombies. So what do you guys think? One other thing I should mention is that somebody just tweeted me a link to this video, and I'll link you to the video in the description, but it's with reference to a tweet that someone sent to David Vonderhaar asking him about his emblem in Black Ops 2, and his emblem had 808 on it. And when this person did a search for 808, it came up with 808 being the area code for, like, Hawaii, the Hawaiian Islands, which could extend to Johnston Island. So, you know, it's quite possible that the first map in Black Ops 3 Zombies will, in fact, take place on Johnston Atoll, just like we described, the island that we described at the beginning of this video. So, just thought I'd throw that in there because I just saw it on Twitter and wanted to add it in at the tail end. All right, so, sound off in the video comments. We can talk about it, discuss. Either way, it looks like we got 2 weeks to wait for more information. July 9th is exactly 2 weeks from today. Unless Treyarch continues their whole Black Ops 3 Zombies tease in their social media, which, you know, probably could happen. I think Dave Vonderhaar posted an image of that the bike that Mason used to escape from Vorkuta in Black Ops with or without Viktor Reznov. Either way, stay tuned here at NGTZombies, and we'll be sure to keep you posted as things happen, okay, guys? And we'll be analyzing the crap out of it. God, it does bring me back to those Transit days. Oh, it's insane. Anyways, that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Spider out!